Ambassador, if you
Well,
don't mind, I'd like to move to, or I'd like to digress and move to Germans in the Philippines. How are they doing? The German business community. We've had just a new round of lockdowns. How are they doing now with all these restrictions, new restrictions?
Well, I think the German community, the German business people is struggling with the restrictions as anyone else is here in the Philippines. But since the promotion of business and trade, the economic relations is really a priority also for our bilateral relations and for the work of the embassy. This is really something we are getting worried about, and we really hope that that these that the restrictions will be lifted and will be eased, especially for the business representatives, for the business community. When we look at Europe and Germany, business has become very active again. So we really do hope that the restrictions will be lifted here soon, because there is a huge interest in the region, and business representatives, we get so many requests how they could travel here for investment trips, for their business trips. So it's really essential that we see changes there in order also to get the Philippine economy and the business relations up and running again.
What about Filipino nurses in the U? Well, sorry.
Go ahead, Lucy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask about hospitals in Germany, if they're opening up to Filipino nurses, even now, even as the pandemic is still raging. Other countries have started increasing actually their demand for Filipino nurses. Is Germany doing the same thing? Is there a demand also now?
Of course, yeah. The demand has been there all the time, and probably even increasing with the pandemic. And the deployment of Philippine healthcare workers to Germany was another big priority for the embassy's work. That there is a huge demand and a growing demand of healthcare workers in Germany. And the Philippines has been, or used to be, the #1 country of origin for healthcare workers. But what we see now with the deployment ban, this is a worrying fact, and so we hope that this is being lifted soon, especially when we look at the numbers we are talking about for Germany. In the last year before the pandemic, and even in 2020 last year, we had only about 2,000 Philippine healthcare workers who were being deployed to Germany. And even this small number, and this for 2021, for this year, our expectations were low. We didn't even go for or expect an increase in this number, but at least about the same size, at the same level. But even this small number, 2,000, seems to be a big challenge, and the deployment ban is huge and a major obstacle in this. And this is really sad to see for the healthcare workers themselves, because most of them are already contracted and they are in the process. They take the language courses, they are in their preparation courses, and with the deployment cap, they cannot leave the country. It's an investment for them as well. They are in this long process. Language training takes some time, so they have everything done from their side, and still they cannot leave. This is worrying. And since we in Germany, we really need a reliable partner where a country that we can plan with the numbers and the deployments. And with the deployment ban, this is really a challenge. And of course, Germany is also working with other countries, and other countries.
That's what I was going to ask. Does this mean that we could lose opportunities, job opportunities for our nurses in favor of others who might be more open? I'm just wondering if others might fill in the whatever shortfall you are experiencing now.
Yes, this is what we see. I mean, I think you know about the Triple Win program, which we started with the Philippines as our #1 partner. But of course, the Triple Win we also did with other countries, Mexico and in Europe, countries in Europe were partnering as well. But the Philippines was always the most important and the largest provider, the largest partner for Philippine healthcare workers. And this is crumbling now, and with the deployment ban, it's difficult to plan with the deployment gap and the numbers that cannot be truly be structured by the agencies and by the hospitals themselves. And of course, then the focus might shift, and we see already shifts to other countries.